What's going on, guys? It's Akrameth here. I'm back. I'm back from holiday. I was in Greece with the missus. It was amazing. Such a friendly country, I must say. But now that I'm back, it's time to get to business, and we are redesigning Impa from Zelda. After Impa, I'm going to do Ganondorf as well. I'm going to take a shot at redesigning him. I feel like that's going to be very difficult, but let's see what I can do with Impa first. If you're new here, please subscribe. I redesign game characters, logos, and talk about all things gaming. So firstly, what we're going to do is we are going to start by just making a basic sketch. I want her to have the proportions, very slender proportions like she normally does. I like her skyward sword incantation in it, but I was just trying to take what I can do. I was very much so heavily inspired by Sheik's melee outfit. I feel like that's an amazing fit which fully represents the Sheikah tribe. So I wanted to have almost like a scarf that has like 3 kind of lines going on, or 2, more so on her kind of headscarf. I wanted it to be 3 kind of wraps or lines going down. Yeah, I really like the kind of Gerudo turban chic kind of look, so I wanted to take inspiration from that quite heavily. I love her kind of older fit. It's funny, the Sheikah tribe normally have a lot of references to that kind of culture, whether that be Japanese or, very turban based. I wanted her base to be inspired by her. I think her first appearance was Ocarina of Time. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I want it to look very traditional and very grounded. I'm not sure about the kunai knife that she had, but I wanted it to be heavy on greens and gold. Just very royal to me personally. But this is the kind of fit I came up with. I wanted something very stylish, very ninja-y, easy to sneak around in, but at the same time, she also has combat armor. I made her samurai blade kind of curved because a lot of blades in like Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild are very curved. Like, I think it's called skimmers. I play Skyrim, so I remember playing a bit recently, and I took someone's blade. Now that I have the final look down, I drew out a sketch, kind of like a jumping one. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of get her design down. I was really happy with where this one was going. So here it's just finalizing details. This is the easy part, and then when it comes to the inking process, oh my goodness, it takes so long, but such is life. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I also gave her like a Sheikah tribe symbol on her head wrap, so it's like a clip that kind of keeps everything together. I really like that detail. And yeah, I made her sword, very big. Not as big as it was in Hyrule Warriors, but just a very big blade that kind of hangs at the back. I was inspired by Rimuru from Reincarnated as a Slime. I don't know if I have any anime watchers here, but I'm sure you can appreciate. If you are new here or just interested in digital art, I use Procreate to do all of my artwork. So everything that you can see in this time lapse, I'm drawing on my actual iPad. I've always operated this way. I've always been a traditional kind of drawer, pen and paper, but when I started college, I found Procreate for the first time, and ever since, that's always been my old faithful. I will upload a tutorial on what I think are some good basics to learn or things to consider in Procreate. I am no way, shape, or form any vet. I would say I'm a bit seasoned, but there's so many features Procreate has that I may not even be aware of. But I can give as best all my knowledge to you guys. So maybe that will be the next video. I'm still doing my game at the moment. I was just waiting for just a few pieces to come through so I can kind of play test. I've got some cards, I've got some tiles, but I'll talk more about that in an actual video itself. There is always just something about like a scarf kind of ninja-y look, like a Batman ninja or any other kind of ninja who keeps their face shrouded or just has like some sort of hood. I was going to give her a hood, but Impa is just too pretty to be kept on, so I covered her mouth, but if she needs to speak, she can speak. I was going to lean more into how it wraps around her, but I just really love the melee design. I feel like it's the groundwork for a lot of the Sheikah armor. Even in Breath of the Wild, it looks really good. The one that you can on Link as well. Whenever I do line work itself, once I finish like a leg or some part, I always merge the layers together when they're finalized. It always makes life easier, and then I just draw on top of that layer in another color. So you'll see me changing a lot of the colors most of the time, but that's just necessary so I know that anything's not overlapping, or I just don't undo a line by accident and merge two things that are not meant to be together. Trust me, when you make a mistake, it's a done deal, pretty much. Now here is the most time-consuming part. It's the detail lines. So I will always start from, like, where do I want to start from? So I started from the leg up. As I said before, I basically put the line work layer, I changed the opacity to around maybe 40 or 50% so I can see it, but I can also draw over it and see everything. Because sometimes if you have the lines on, for me personally, it's just a bit overwhelming and it's hard to see things. But sometimes you may see me turn it back on when I'm like fully confident in where I'm doing the line work. I always find that if you see like it's cut off by I basically make my layer settings I do it in pixels, so it's 4,000 by 4,000, so a direct square, and it just really helps just keep the character in some sort of border almost. I could do it full screen, but it just helps for me personally. You can do or use whatever layer settings you would like to, but this is just what I do, you know? Okay, so you can see the detail is really kind of bringing the elements together, making it look more, how can I say? It's just giving depth to the drawing. You don't really have to add detail lines. This is what I do myself. If some people draw flatter, and a lot of people have different techniques that you can ultimately use in Procreate. This is just the way I do it. Maybe I should take a leap and try like a totally different style. but this is just the kind of style that I'm known for. I like making it very, it's weird, I'm inspired by a lot of anime and manga. You can see by the way I cross hatch or do a lot of my shading or detail lines, but also inspired by a lot of comics too, like DC or Marvel. But yeah, I try to be as detailed as possible. Easier said than done though. Nice. So we're now nearing the finishing part of the detail lines. As I said, this is the longest part. I'd like to say I'm a perfectionist, but I just like a lot of detail. But we are here at the coloring stage. So here, I kind of start with the armor first. I put it on I noticed that other videos I normally put it on like a black screen. So today I said, let me go gray so you can see exactly where I start, where I go. I lock down my line layer and I just add the color in. It's annoying though, because I had to kind of had to scan over everything I did, because even if you drop colors in, like there'll be a few lines in between like the finer details where there's just nothing in there. So sometimes it's just better to go over it just in detail yourself. And then once the flat colors are done, I then add the shading. So I said the sun is coming from the top left of the screen. So where would the shading be? And then after I've just added it in, I then just kind of smooth it out, like move things around where it makes the most sense. I don't have a particular era I start from. I just scan over and just make sure it makes sense ultimately. And yeah, getting closer to the finish. So on here, I finally, once the shading is done, I then add highlights. So I just put them in the areas where the sun is directly coming from, which is the top left. And yeah, it's the final. And then I just erase all the areas where I've gotten outside of the lines. Don't worry, they'll disappear and they'll look much more cleaner. But this is my process, so nearing the finish. If you've gotten to this part in the video, thank you so much for watching. As I said, if you are new here, please subscribe, like, and comment, or comment on any character you'd like me to draw, what you do, are you a creative, anything, anyone's welcome. Very close to 500 subscribers, so we're gonna get there. Please like, comment, share. Okay, amazing. And here is my final. Really happy with the way it came out with the greens. I like the line work and the lighting as well. Yeah, and just overall how the aesthetic looks. Heavily inspired by Ocarina of Time. I had another variation in purple and gold. And then another one in like a more desert theme, more browns, more tans, more beiges. And lastly, one in just black. Black always goes well. Yeah, I had a lot of fun drawing this. If you do like my art or just like drawing in general, please like, comment, and subscribe, and please share this video with like-minded individuals. It really helps my channel. We are 8 subscribers away from 600. I know we can make it before this year ends, or hopefully this, the next 2 months. But thank you so much for watching. Take care and peace.